Guys, it is Thursday, May 21st, and we're going to go ahead and work on our phonics page, okay? It says Unit 28 up at the top, and it's called Word Creation. So this one's kind of cool. What we're going to do is we have some prefixes up top, and then we have some base or root words right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some of these prefixes and add them to the base word to make a new word, okay? So, for example, they did the first one for you because you're lazy. Haha. So the base word or root word was possible, okay? So they added im to possible to make the word impossible, okay? So what I'll do is I'm going to kind of skip around here. I might go through and pick a couple of the ones that I think might be a little more tricky, and then I'll have you give a couple a try on your own too, okay? So we have the word struct. So we need to think about what prefixes could we put at the beginning of struct to make a new word. So I could think of destruct. Okay, so you might say that King Kong likes to destruct buildings, okay? So we could write that as destruct, okay? Or think of like destruction, okay? It comes from the word destruct, okay? I'm gonna let you think of another one that you might be able to use over here, okay? See if you can come up with a second one. So we've got like. I'm gonna actually leave that one and have you do both of them because I think that you guys can figure out something for that. Same with agree, same with side. Now, just a hint, you're gonna use each of these prefixes more than one time, okay? You'll use them more than one time. You can use them over and over, okay? Not obviously 2 times for the same word, but in different words. Okay, so again, like, agree, side, I think you guys can do. Vent. So I'll help you guys with this one. So when I say disvent, have you ever heard of that? Me neither. Unvent, I've never heard of that either. Convent, I have. I've heard of a convent. Okay, so a convent is kind of like where nuns might go and live. Okay, and then we'll invent. No, invent. Ooh, I have heard of that one. So I'll say invent is a word, and we've got our prefix and then our base word, prefix and then our base word. Okay. So mature. Now, I'm sure that there's a word that you've heard of. Now, some people think it's immature, but it's actually not. It's immature. Immature is somebody who kind of doesn't act their age, okay? So maybe like a teenager who acts like a little kid or an adult that acts like a kid. So, and we use the prefix im for that one. Im, okay? Text. So you guys know the word text as something that you might send in a phone, but you can also put if distext, never heard of that. Untext, never heard of that. Context, I have heard of that. Context is kind of like when you look at like where a word is or you look around it, the words around it are kind of the context to help you maybe finish out to figure out what the meaning of it, okay? So we've got tent. And this one's going to flex more kind of to the schwa and say more of a tint. Distant, no. Untent, no. Content, yes. If you are content, it means that you're kind of just happy or pleased with kind of how things are, if you're content with something. Okay, intent, nope, never heard of that. Intent, I have heard of that, intent. Your intent means kind of like what your plan is, what you are planning to do, okay? Card, in-card, no. M-card, con-card, no. Discard is actually what we would use here, okay? Discard means to throw away or get rid of something, okay? And then we have packed. Okay, well, dispacked, no. Unpacked, no. That would be that unpack is a word, but it wouldn't be spelled like that. Compact, no. Impact, yes. Impact is a word with the prefix IM. Okay, impact is a word, and it can either mean to hit something really hard or also to have an effect on somebody. So these ones up here, I want you to see, those ones are words that I think you've probably seen quite a bit, even with these prefixes. So I want you to give some of those a try on your own, okay? So down here, I'll give you a couple, we'll do maybe one or two together, and then I'll have you guys give them a try too. So what we have is we have a sentence. The teacher will, and then we have a base word. You need to decide which prefix to add to that base word to help the word make sentence to help that word make sense within the rest of the sentence. Okay, this would kind of be using context, right? So it says the teacher will construct or instruct, both of those are words, the students to read 3 chapters. Well, a teacher doesn't construct the students, okay, because construct means to like make something or build something, but instruct means to teach, okay? So we would say that it's instruct. The teacher will instruct the students to read 3 chapters, okay? And we'll do one more, and then I'll have you guys give some a try on your own. Please remember to disable or unable the alarm when you enter. Okay, so some houses or buildings have an alarm. Okay, well, we don't unable an alarm, we disable it. That means to turn it off or to stop it from working so that the alarm won't go off. Okay, so I'm gonna have you guys pause the video, give some of the rest of those a try. Okay, if you're not sure of something, just leave it blank and you can fill it in when we go over it, but give them a try and then we'll come back and go over the rest of it together. Okay guys, we're gonna go ahead and go over the rest of these. The only reason I put stars here is because I wanted to make sure that I remembered which ones I was asking you guys to do, because we did a lot of them together. Okay, so I asked you to find one more with the base word of struct. Now we had destruct that we did together, okay, which means to like destroy or ruin something. But another prefix we could put on is instruct, and that means to teach. And we kind of heard that when we talked about the that first sentence down there. So instruct. So if you have an instructor, it is somebody who is teaching you how to do something, okay? So then we had like. I figured you would probably be able to get both of these. So you could come up with unlike, okay? Unlike means that something is different than something else. Or you could come up with dislike, okay? Dislike means that you don't like them, okay? Because dis means not, okay? Then we have, the base word was agree. And we could put dis in front of that, disagree. It means you do not, dis means not, you do not agree with something somebody is saying, okay? Then we had the base word side. Well, the only one that really makes sense with that is inside, okay? Down here, we did the first 2 together, then I had you do the rest of them. So the third sentence was, my mom consists or insists, both of those would make a word, that I do my homework before dinner. Well, consists means something that something is made up of. That doesn't make sense, but somebody insists means that they tell you that this is what you must do. My mom insists that I do my homework before dinner, okay? Number 4, the nuns had to return to the convent or invent. Okay, those were the 2 we came up with up there before dusk. Well, again, a convent is a place where nuns might live, okay? So it's going to be convent, okay? Because invent means to create something or make something new. Then we have dislike or unlike humans, shark skeletons are made only of cartilage. Well, it's not dislike because that means to not like something, but unlike, okay? Now this also means kind of not like, but unlike doesn't, it's not what you would say about a person or something that you didn't like. It means here, means that it's not like. It doesn't mean that you don't like it, but it means that it is not like something else. Because humans have skeletons made of bones, but sharks have skeletons made of cartilage. So here are your answers for the phonics page for Thursday, May 21st. Good job, everyone.